like elaborate your profile a little bit so that our fellow students can get a little bit detailed information about you as well?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Milan. And hello, everyone. This is Shahriar from Bangladesh. So, a little bit about myself. I did my bachelor's in business administration. I had a CGPA of 3.33 out of 4, which is, I believe, is equivalent to 7.9 out of 10, which is not that good. I had my major in marketing and minor in supply chain management. And after my graduation, I did my internship from Arla Foods. Then I got my first full-time job opportunity as a territory executive at Japan Tobacco International, where I was leading one of the territories in Bangladesh. And after that, I moved to my current organization, Robi Aviata Limited, which is the second biggest telco organization of our country. Currently, I'm working here as an analyst at their market operation division.
Great, Sharia. Thank you so much for that in-depth profile. Apart from that, guys, Sharia is a student who had enrolled with Yocket, okay, and he's from Bangladesh, okay. Having been that he's an international student, he has worked ahead with us and has got the dream universities which he wanted to. So a little bit much more in depth, like talk about your admits, as in before moving to that, like how did you plan on doing your master's, Sharia, and when exactly did you think that master's would be something which you would be moving ahead with?
Okay. So the thought of going abroad to pursue my master's basically came from my current work experience. So in our country, in most of the corporate jobs, we mostly like work with Excels, and it's some sort of the same monotonous work that we continuously do without any sort of fixed working hour. So at a certain point of my career, like after 1.5 years, I felt like if it continues like that, I was personally feeling no growth or no free time for myself. And that is when I decided that this is the right time to take the challenge to go abroad and pursue my master's and to further broaden my knowledge in the analytics field to make data-driven decision making that I was doing in Bangladesh as well. I think if I go there, I could have a better settings to learn. So, given that I have already had almost near to 2 years of work experience as an analyst, uh, I just knew two things that prerequisite of any admission process is that you have to give GRE and you have to give IELTS as well. So at the beginning of November, I started my quant preparation for GRE. And in a month, I was somewhat prepared. Okay. Then December came, and as I was planning to start applying from early January, I was a bit anxious at that time because when I saw the verbal part of the GRE, I was like, I cannot do this within a very short period of time. Okay. So I badly needed some sort of guidance and someone to be by my side who would push me in this journey. So I was looking at videos in YouTube, uh, you know, and
Hmm.
that is when I came through Yocket's videos that there are good university that I can apply to that has GRE with. So the the thought of GRE then was not in my mind. Okay, so I can apply to universities, good universities, without GRE as well. So I was looking at Yocket's website then, and I found that I can have one-to-one session with them. And I had a session, and they offered me a really good price in return uh, to help end-to-end So I was basically motivated when they said that even with my profile, with IELTS score of 7 and with a work experience of like 1.5 year, I can still get into top universities, and they will help me with that. And obviously, the price point was another thing as well, because in our country, in Bangladesh, the consultancies charges a lot higher amount, almost thrice the amount. And in
Correct,
return,
correct.
they do not assure that sort of good university. They
Mm-hmm.
assure very average universities because in our
Considering partner
yeah,
university kind of stuff, they would be much more aligned on. Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah,
exactly.
your
Yeah,
kid's focus would always be to get you the right university based on your profile and your preferences itself. Okay, so
yeah,
Sharif, like
exactly.
the initial step, as I can understand, the initial step
Yeah,
which you took was to
yeah,
do a thorough research on universities part, right?
yeah, right.
As in what kind of universities you can target and which universities are stating as the top ones. So, guys, I'm glad to
Yeah,
let you guys know that Shahriar has got into University of Southern California. Okay, he had applied to 11 universities and has got seven such admits. We are only talking about the top universities itself. Apart from that, he had also received a University of California, Irvine, right? And
Irvine, right.
yeah, yes, and you got a scholarship of around $12,000 over there. Okay, so
Yeah,
yet you chose University of Southern California. So who helped you
yeah,
choose the right universities, even when you can see that you had a lot of money which you can save while you
yeah.
were going into USC and choosing University of South California? Like how exactly did that come up?
Okay, so basically, Yocket helped me during my profile evaluation because with my profile of
Hmm.
IELTS score of 7 and my work experience. What can be my ambitious university? What can be my target university and safe universities? So my
Hmm.
counselor Smriti helped me with that. She basically divided my universities into three categories. Uh, One was the ambitious universities, then the target universities, and the safe universities. So that was really a lot helpful for me because I was really not aware of the admission process, how it works, how I would apply. So my counselor from Yocket, Meetli, she helped me in all the process, like starting from application processing. And there is an editor as well who would, if you enroll in Yocket, they will review your SOPs, resume, and LORs. I think that helps a lot as well because they keep on giving feedbacks until your SOPs, LORs, or resume is perfectly crafted. So I think that's a very important thing required for our application process. So
Got it. Got it.
yeah. Now, why I chose University of Southern California over other universities? So I got a 6,000 US dollar scholarship from University of Southern California. I got 12,000 scholarship from Irvine, which was later on increased to 16,000 US dollar. Also
Oh,
from University of Rochester, I got a scholarship of 30%, which was later on increased to 40%. Okay. Then there were universities that I got higher scholarship and would cost me less amount. Then why did I choose University of Southern California? Okay, so there are a few things that I considered because obviously it was the most ambitious university among all the universities I applied to. But one thing that stood out to me is the alumni network, because I think alumni network is very much a crucial factor in the United States of America. And I believe USC has one of the strongest alumni network in the USA that has stood out to me. And also because of their alumni network, they also ensure a great employment opportunity after the graduation as well. So two key factors were there, the alumni network and the employment opportunity after your graduation.
got it. Got it. That's how you chose the University of Southern California. That's great. That's
Exactly.
great.
Yeah.
Apart from that, the major questions come in like, did you expect that you would be getting such kind of universities coming in, as in a
No.
realistic approach, if you can see that?
No,
No.
I really didn't expect that I can really get a university like University of Southern California, and I got into Marshall School of Business, which I believe is top 30 in the world. So with a profile of IELTS score with 7 and work experience of like 1.5 year, I think it seemed like it was too ambitious for me. But my counselor from Yocket, they said that you can do it, and they motivated me and made sure that it's possible to get in there.
Great, great, Shari. So I would just back it up with a particular percentage wise. The
Yeah,
similar student like you, Shari, like all the students who come in over here,
yeah.
65% students get better admits than what they expect. Okay,
Yeah,
so as of now, they consider that this university is quite ambitious looking at my profile. But that is where the
yeah,
key point, wherein the key counseling area which we work on. Okay,
yeah,
wherein we
right.
motivate you to get into top universities and also help you get into those. So,
Yeah,
coming to your point, wherein you had done your bachelor's in business administration, post you move ahead with MS in business analytics with I consider 2 years of work experience, right?
right.
So, like, of course, you would not be thinking that I would be getting such great university admit and also with a scholarship. So, what kind
Yeah.
of feeling was that when you started receiving the admits at that time? Like, what exactly was the feeling? Please share with us.
USC was like my top priority, obviously, but I didn't really expect that I'll get in or I'll get the admit. But trust me, my counselor Smriti said, you have got admit from everywhere. You will also get into USC as well. But this is
Mhm.
something I was not believing myself that I will get in here. But the day it
Mhm.
came in, I just cried. Like
Mhm.
it's my dream university, and I got in here. Like
Yeah,
wow, like I still can't believe that I've made it to US.
great, great. Congratulations for that, and all the best for your future endeavors as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Having said that, you understand, right, that this would be something not possible if you had not joined Yocket or you did not meet Yocket at a particular point. Correct?
Yes, obviously,
Now,
obviously.
what I would ask you as in, what was the key counseling which you can think, like what you can think wherein this is something which I wouldn't be getting anywhere else. Okay, a particular USP you can say of Yocket, which definitely
Yeah,
helped you to get the admit over there.
I think I
Something as your
personally got
own experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I personally got every sort of guidance and help that I
Mhm.
personally required. Initially, I just wanted someone to guide me or to be there in my student abroad journey process. But for me, my counselor, Smriti, feels like she has continuously followed up that whether I have done it or not, whether this step is done or not. So one thing is that your counselor is going to continuously follow up on your application process. She or he is going to review every sort of documents, and also while you are applying, she will also review your student dashboard whether you have put it correctly or not, and also your SOPs, LORs, then resumes, all of them will be reviewed. So I think they're giving a end-to-end service, like everything you require. Even after my admit, they're giving me free visa mocks as well. So they will ensure everything from start to the end, everything, that whether you are doing it correctly or not. I think this also, considering my profile, initially I thought I'll not get into really good universities, and this is somewhere my consultant. Smriti helped me a
Mhm.
lot. She said, "You can still make it." You know,
Like motive. Mhm.
yeah, I was low estimating myself, but she really helped me to high esteem myself.
She kind of
So
opened the doors wherein you never thought that you
yeah,
would be getting such admits and you would be studying this kind of things, right? Like in this
exactly,
kind of
absolutely,
university. That's
absolutely.
great. That's great, Chari. So, students, like guys, you can put in all your questions in the chat box. We'll be definitely answering to all of them. Shari is here to help you out as well. Okay. So, a particular next question which I would ask you, Shari, like you had a change in major. Okay.
Yeah.
So considering BBA to like MS in business analytics. So business analytics is confirmed sure course which you came up with, or you got a particular option from the counselor side that this is something you which you can have an option as well.
Uh, no, basically, since I've come from a bachelor in business administration,
Mhm.
from a business background, also since my work experience has been consisted of analyst role. So I have been working with analytics past 2 years almost.
Mhm.
So considering that I have come from a business background and also I have work experience in analytics field, so I think I thought that this is business analytics is the subject that perfectly aligns with my journey so far.
Great, great. Guys, I would just add something over here. Okay, so the main important part over here that maybe I don't know he himself is knowing about or not, but the back end, okay, the exact point wherein he got the admit was when Yocket works in a particular way. Okay, so I'll give you a particular insight about Yocket. So consider that you are applying to a top university such as University of Southern California, which is a 28th ranked university all over the world. Okay. Having said that, the application which he has submitted had three major parameters, wherein 25% focus has gone to his profile. Okay, so profile considering all his CGPA, 10 score, 12 score, his extracurricular work, community work, work experience. To consider like the research or the projects he has worked on. So a complete list of all the things which he has achieved regarding his profile would have gotten a 25% of weightage over the application. The next 25% is gone to the deadline. So we always keep the deadlines in mind wherein we tend to apply as early as possible because that is the chance wherein you would be holding the maximum to get the admit over there with a scholarship. Okay, so we always tend to have a particular focus that wherein we are not only focusing on the admit, 50% of it goes to the admit, but rest of the 50% definitely goes to the scholarship part as well. And scholarship, guys, understand that whatever kind of tuition fee which you can save on the money part, definitely tend to do that. Wherein, if you focus on the scholarship, the front door to a scholarship would always be your merit and your profile. Okay, so these are the two parameters which you can see on the front door that this is the way to my scholarship. But the back door to a scholarship would always be what kind of value you would be adding into a university. Okay. Having said that, like let's consider University of California, Irvine. Okay, so in this university, Shahriar had like given his application over there. The university saw the potential the student is having. Okay, looking into the future prospect as well. Okay, so they knew what kind of value he would be adding into their university. Is the time wherein they do not want to miss out on him. Okay, and that is the time they will be providing the maximum scholarship which they can offer to him. Okay, so it is that point wherein you completely make sure what kind of value you would be adding into that university, and the university wants to retain you as a student at that point. Okay, so that is a key area wherein the applications would be working in. Rest of the 50% is always your personalized document. So having to draft stellar SOPs because again the competition is very much high at any of the top universities. Students from all over the globe would be competing for one particular seat. So how exactly you would be standing apart from all the students coming in? Because of course there will be similar profiles or profiles much more better than yours. So at the key point area focuses on the SOPs, which is kind of a document which will be making or breaking your application. So whenever you are applying, understand the SOP would be stating as the utmost important document of your complete profile, because that would be the document which would be like viewed at first. Post that, once they find interest in your profile through the SOP, that is the time wherein they will be even looking into your complete profile. Okay. So yeah, so if you can completely divide the application parameter, it is always 25 profile, 25 deadline, and 50% of it goes to the SOP. Yeah, that's what I wanted to add over here. Okay. Moving ahead, Sharil. So uh, like you got offer letters from, let's say, around four universities.
I got offer letter from 7 universities.
You got, oh, that's great. So out of 11 universities you applied to, you got seven offer letters. And
I actually didn't apply to
Mhm.
11 universities. I basically
Mhm.
dropped 3 universities. I applied to eight
Okay,
universities and I got
out of
admit from
that.
7 of them. Yeah.
Okay, and within that you got scholarship in how many?
I got scholarship from 3 of them. Sorry, 4 of them. Four
That's great.
universities.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So yeah, Charir. So we take on the particular questions from the students part as well. So guys, if you have any particular questions, please drop down. Okay, and Charir, if you want to add anything from your side, please do that as well. Like, if is there
I just
anything? Mhm.
Yeah, I just want to say to everyone that you should be as ambitious as possible, like whatever your profile is, and if you can have your profile evaluated by someone like Yocket, someone from Yocket, I think that will be a great help as well.
Got it. Any kind of questions, students, you guys are having, please put it in the chat box. We'll be wait for another 5 minutes for your questions to come in. Okay, and we'll go through that. Let's wait for 5 minutes, Shadi. Okay. So, Shari, like let's have a conversation until these students find the questions coming up. So, what kind of help did you get in the documentation part, wherein we are giving 50% of the weightage? Okay, so what particularly did you have focus on? How did you go ahead with the SOPs? What all SOPs you written? How many SOPs did you write for each university? So, can you please give a brief regarding that over here?
Yeah, sure. So I personally felt like I was researching over net that how I should write my SOP. So I found that it is very important in your SOP. You should write and reflect what you are, right? So your SOP should be something where you reflect yourself, and that is what I personally tried. Whatever I wrote, I personally tried to align it with my work experience, my personal life, and my academics as well. So, and I tried to make it a reflection of myself overall.
Got it. Got it. So
Yeah,
how did the editor's role come in over here? Okay, so what exactly did you go through with the process with the editors? Until here, we were talking about the counselors giving you right counseling,
yeah,
motivating you to get into universities. But when we
yeah,
come to the documents part, when the editor is kind of a person who is guiding you through it. So
yeah.
what is the key counseling area the editor had helped you on?
Okay, so after I wrote my first draft, I shared it with Suraj, one of the editors from Yocket. So he basically reviewed it and gave a lot of feedbacks, which if I did not say it, I think that would be a very, you know, that would
Poor application which you would be submitting to
that
the
yes,
university.
that would be a very poor sort of
Mm.
essay. So he basically gave his first feedback. Then I again edited that and again shared it with yeah
Mhm.
Suraj. Then Suraj again reviewed it. Again, I found some sort of feedbacks. So there were like three times he did that. Okay. So after three
Mhm.
times rewriting my SOP's resume, then it was perfectly crafted to be submission ready.
Correct. So, like, did you write one SOP for all the universities, or how exactly? How many SOPs did you go through it?
Okay, so it was like 4 or 5 SOPs that I had to write
Mm-hmm.
because not all the universities required SOPs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like University of Southern California,
Mm-hmm.
they have no SOP section. They have requirement of like 2 or 3 essays. Also, there is
Mm-hmm.
one video submission as well. Then
Video essay
University
which
of
you would be needing to submit. Yeah.
yeah, then
Mm-hmm.
University of Rochester, they doesn't require SOP as well. So I had to write like 4 or 5 SOPs, different SOPs for different universities. So one thing I kept in mind that, uh, for example, for Kent State universities, what are their core values? Okay, what are their cultures like, and how I can align my experience with that. That is something I
Mm-hmm.
kept in mind while writing SOP for Kent State University.
That's great. That's great. So we can understand that there will be universities requirements which would be coming up, and we'll have to cater to all the universities' requirement according to the university itself. Okay.
Exactly.
So video essays, how did you go ahead with it? As in, what was the topic which you had the video essay on?
Okay, from University of Southern California, as far as I remember, the topic was that uh, to the admission committee, how would you sell a pen? Okay, so I
Mm-hmm.
personally tried to say something about my work experience as well. That
Mm-hmm.
from my experience, how I have sold projects and what skills I gathered and how I would imply them on selling a pen to the admission committee. So basically aligning your experience to the question. This is something very important.
So did the editor go through that video as well in that case?
No, he
Okay.
went through the writing. I basically submitted the video writing and
Mm-hmm.
then I submitted the video.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So I don't think so. Any student has any particular question. You have been
Yeah.
quite clear with the complete process. Thank you so much for that. Just a particular thing to add over here. Okay. Did you move ahead and gave the GRE exam in the end, Shari? I mean, like, did you try any
No,
single attempt? Mm-hmm.
no, I did not give the GRE. I only
Oh.
gave IELTS. That too with
Mm-hmm.
that 2 or 3 days of yeah, preparation.
Training. Correct, correct, correct.
Yeah.
So what we normally suggest to the student over here is GRE is kind of important. Okay. Even if
Yeah.
there is waived of options where you are getting it. Because GRE is a particular thing which will be helping you to get better admits. Okay. When
Yeah.
you're comparing different
Absolutely.
profiles, if you have good GRE scores, it will be definitely helping you increase your chances in order to get into the university. Apart from that, it is also good for getting a scholarship. So good GRE
Exactly.
scores would be stating for good scholarship as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So any other point you think feel like adding over here, Shari, apart from
Yes.
like I guess we covered up. Yeah. Please tell me.
Absolutely. You said it correct. For like,
Mm-hmm.
if you have GRE, that will definitely carry a good weightage to your application. For example, I could not apply to the, the Ivy League universities. So if
Mm-hmm.
I had GRE, I think that would be a great advantage, and I could apply to the Ivy League universities as well.
Great, great. Yeah, that's pretty much up to all the questions which I had from my end, Shahriar.
Yeah.
Apart from that, any like advice which you give to the students, like you should start early, or what kind of targets you should be having in your mind? Okay,
Yeah.
and main thing, as in, what would you suggest them to have education abroad, or what exactly?
Okay. So since this is May, so if you plan to apply for next fall, I think you should start preparing as soon as possible. Because I think
Mhm.
if you want to give the GRE, you should start immediately. Like you should keep in hand at least 3 months prior you start applying. And I think you should give the GRE that will some sort of it will add some sort of weightage to your application. And if you apply early, the chances of getting admission is higher. Also, the chances of getting scholarship is higher as well. So as early as you apply, the better. Because I got 40% of scholarship from University of Rochester, but one of my friends that applied recently, he received 25% of the scholarships. But our application was almost the same sort of application. But because of the timeline, he applied later, he got a
Correct.
lesser amount of scholarship. So this is very important, I guess.
Great, great, great. Apart from that, did you get any help with the profile building part, as in if you can do certain activities which can help you build your profile?
Yes, that was
Mhm.
also basically counseled by my counselor
Mhm.
Smriti from Yocket, and that
Mhm.
helped me as well to craft my resume.
Great, great, great. So, complete end-to-end guidance is what you have got inside a one-stop solution which you had already got, correct? So, under
Absolutely.
one roof itself, you are getting complete end-to-end guidance, right from counseling to shortlisting to your application to your finance as well as visa. So, till now, we were
Exactly.
talking about the like so once you got the university admits and you finalized on a particular university. So, what
Yeah.
experience did you have post you received the admit? Okay, what all things did you go ahead with?
I've not yet shared the experience because
Mm-hmm.
my visa interview is on 9th June. So I'm still
Mm-hmm.
waiting for it. I guess then I'll share the experience.
Great, great, great. So right now you are moving ahead with the mock interviews as of now.
Right. Absolutely.
That's great, Sharia. So students, if you have any particular doubt or query, you can please ask any of it. Okay, we'll be wrapping up the session in like next 5 minutes. So you can please jot down the questions and we'll be happy to answer all of it. I guess we are pretty much clear over here, Sharia. We have
Yeah.
gone through the complete process itself.
Yeah.
I'm glad students have turned up in a late evening at this time. Thank you so much for you to join this meeting as well. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much
So
for hosting as well.
sure, sure. No worries, Shahriar. Thank you so much for your time and have a good day, guys. And we'll see you around soon at Yocket. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Shahriar.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye, Milan. Take care.
Bye. Take care. Bye.